Salutations everyone, this is Razor bringing you guys another Smash Bros video where today I'm going to be going over a quick little wish list of what I would want in a Smash 4 re-release for the Nintendo Switch. Whether that be a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe treatment where it's basically just a port with just a little bit of extra stuff, or if it's a quasi-sequel like Splatoon 2. We can make our own little wish list on what we would want to see in a 5th Smash Bros. Game, but I'm just going to go over in this video a little rundown of what I would want if the game got a remastered, re-release port treatment for the Nintendo Switch, assuming it adds some sort of additional content. And first off, we can start off with something we can all agree on. More characters. Make the roster bigger. You can't go wrong. Obviously, the third-party characters, the legal things of getting the rights back to those characters for a release would have to happen. I don't know how feasible or unfeasible that might be, but it's already happened once, so I don't see why it can't happen again to get the same roster back, but also add new characters. Can't really go wrong. I'm not going to say that I need to have certain characters in particular, like ones I would love to see, like Sora or Bandana Waddle Dee. But new characters is just never a bad thing, so give us new characters. Just make the roster bigger. Another one is just going to be a little sweeping generalization. We would all love to see certain characters get buffed, certain characters get nerfed, just to make everything a little bit more competitive, interesting. But I'm just going to give you a quick little sweeping one that should, give us the general idea of what we all would want, and specifically me, is make the difference between Bayonetta and Jigglypuff smaller. Does that mean nerfing Bayonetta? Does that mean buffing Jigglypuff? Does it mean both? That's just one of those needs to happen. The difference between those characters needs to be smaller. The best character in the game easily, and the worst character in the game easily, who got 0 buffs throughout those hundreds of patches that happened with this game. Those are the two ends of the spectrum, so if we can pull those closer together, the game's a little bit more balanced, a little bit more fun for everyone. Another one is concerning the online stuff, which is how most of us play the game. Not everyone's, going to locals every single week and having fun without, any lag. But let's go on For Glory. For Glory is the game mode that I play the most, and I would assume most people play the most. And I would like to have For Glory 1v1s not just be Final Destination. It's like a different tier list on For Glory because there's only one map that you can play on. They're Omega versions of all of the stages, so it's not 100% identical every time because of, where you can wall jump and, blast zones and all that stuff. But just give us more than Final Destination. Ideally, just give us the legal stage roster of Smashville and Town and City and Battlefield and Final Destination. I would even take Lylat and or Duck Hunt because just being Final Destination is super boring and it makes a lot of matchups just a ton worse. If anything, just give us a 50-50 random of Final Destination or Battlefield. That would just heighten the experience of For Glory just like 100%, because just playing on the same stage is boring. Certain characters will have a lot more advantages. Certain characters will have a lot more disadvantages without any platforms, anything like that. So if you want to play it safe, we don't know about Lylat legality of that stage and all that, then just give us Smashville, Town City, and Battlefield, or Dreamland, or both. Doesn't matter to me. Just give us something more than Final Destination. Another thing I would like to see on For Glory was give us a 2v2. Yes, there is a team battle, but that's random. I would like to go into For Glory with one of my friends as a duo and go up against either another duo of friends or two random people put together. That would add so much more to the game. Because as it stands right now, the only way to do that is, when I'm streaming, I'm going to get an audience of people so we can get at least 3 people going to get a nice little 2v2 and not having it, just be randoms. Be nice so that way we get to, practice team combos and go up against, other people that are used to playing together for a little bit more of a challenge. I don't know how many people play for fun or team battle, but if we got a 2v2 For Glory where we got to play with our friends, that would be awesome. Another thing that Nintendo just really dropped the ball on is I would really like the ability to control my own lobbies. I don't know any other video game that has ever given us this problem where you create a lobby and the settings are not up to you. The settings are just, it's a Russian roulette on who gets to control the person's lobby who created it. If I created the lobby, I should always be in charge of the rules. Stock, items off or on. Whenever I stream, someone always brings items, and randomly they'll get control of the lobby and they'll forget that they have items on or not know that they're banned and just, ruin a game. So let me be in control. Let me always have team attack on for 2v2s, and let me always have it, 6 minutes, 2 stock apiece, no items. Just let us do that. That is so dumb how that's not a thing. Another thing I would love to do in this game is the ability in the controls. They did really good with the controls in this game, and Brawl had really good control customization options too. But one thing I would really love to be able to turn off is the C-Stick Nair. It's the dumbest idea I've ever heard of. I don't know why you would ever want your C-Stick to do a Nair. It doesn't make any sense. It gives you a bunch of disadvantages and 0 advantages. I'm sure, yes, everyone's used to it, blah, blah, blah. But give me the ability to turn it off, because I hate it and it always ruins everything that I ever do. Whenever a Nair comes out when I want to fair or up air or down air, and I'm not perfect on my C-Stick precision just because I'm just bad at the game, just give me the ability to turn that thing off, because it's super annoying and it doesn't make any sense. Obviously, we would like to see GameCube controller support or something better if it comes to the Nintendo Switch. There are some USB ports there. We would like to have those adapters readily available for everybody at launch, unlike it was for the Wii U release. And GameCube controllers, we're kind of stuck with them, whether you like it or not. We've been using them since Melee and Brawl and Smash 4, Project M. Everything has been using GameCube controllers, so we're used to it, and a lot of people love it, and I think it would be weird not to give us that option in a future Smash game. Whether you want the controllers to be one way or another, obviously people are quite sticklers on, perfect dashback, and, it has to be broken in this sense, but not broken in this sense. Just let us use GameCube controllers first off. If not, give us something better. Another thing I would like to see, replace Conquest. Conquest, that thing that nobody ever clicks on or cares about. Replace it with something that people do care about. Because these things don't matter. It's not about winning with those characters that you pick. It's all about just using them. So just based off of the metadata of who picks what character at what percentage of the time, you're always going to know who wins the Conquest, so that's not even fun, even if you did care about that. But replace it or just take it away altogether. Replace it with something useful that people would care about. Like, give us a specific challenge with a specific character every week, and give us some sort of reward system. Whether it's just, some points or some icons or anything like that, or just a leaderboard for bragging rights. I think that could be pretty easy to implement. You would just have to come up with fresh ideas every week or so, and I think that would, add a lot of content for people to continuously come back to the game, as well as make content about whatever new thing might be happening in the game at that time. And lastly, and most importantly, if we get a new Smash game in any form on the Nintendo Switch, please, Nintendo, give us a better connection. The lag in online Smash has been a running joke, since Brawl, where it was just unplayable. And in Smash 4, the connection, it's not the worst of any game any of us have ever played, but it's nowhere near what any other fighting game gives us when it comes to latency and lag and consistency. If someone has a bad connection, sure, they're going to have a little bit more lag, but if you have someone with a poor connection in Smash Brothers, it's just unplayable. And if you're playing with more than one person, which is pretty typical at times, that connection problem just gets compounded. So millions of other games have been able to do connections better than Smash Brothers for Wii U. So if we get it on the Switch, please make the connection better. I haven't heard a lot of complaints about Splatoon or Mario Kart, so Smash, if you can get a better connection, a more consistent connection, a more stable connection, that would be gravy, because the less lag, the less tears that we all shed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my wish list for what I would like to see on a Smash Brothers remaster, re-release, whatever you want to call it, on the Nintendo Switch. Let me know what you guys think about anything I mentioned and what you would like to see in a port or remaster of Smash 4 Wii U and 3DS.